So you're part of not only promotions in the industry, you're part of the industry, and you
I live
accessorize and live it.
Oh yeah, it's a good spend over there, on accessorizing vehicles. So it's a good time. But I live in Montana. We get out every weekend. We're camping. We camp out of the truck. And
welcome back to another interview here at the Racing Junk booth, SEMA 2022. We've got Beth Brennan from Kahn Media. Welcome, Beth.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I know we talked briefly. You said you were on the build team for the all-women's build Bronco.
That's right.
That is correct?
Yeah.
And I know you said you may not have been hands-on turning wrenches, right?
Right.
But you still had a major part in the build. Tell us about your importance in the build.
Yeah, I was in a lot of ways behind the scenes because I don't live very close to a SEMA garage.
Okay.
I did have the chance to go out to the new SEMA garage in Detroit and check it out, and that was a great experience and got to meet some different women in the industry while I was there. I think, a lot of the photos and things you'll see from this project are of the vehicle or of the women, there in front of it, that sort of thing, and all of that was amazing too. But, one thing to highlight, I think, is all the work that went in behind the scenes. So the hours of planning, meetings, coordination, logistics, reaching out to the different SEMA member companies who contributed product, that sort of thing. So, so it's really cool to be here at SEMA and see it all come together and, be there for the reveal. That was awesome.
So Beth, tell us a little bit about what your job or what your role was specifically within that build.
So I'm on the SBN Select Committee, so, sort of overall promotion of the project. And then I also helped on the media side of things, so organizing volunteers, helping the other women who are involved sort of coordinate the logistics of things, and, also talking to media folks like yourselves, and that's always a good time too.
Yes, have fun doing it.
Yeah, that's the biggest part of having a build like that is getting the sponsors and getting people involved in the project, not only the workers, but sponsors, parts suppliers, things like that. You had a lot to do with recruiting parts suppliers and sponsors?
I had some of that. One of my colleagues, Cora, was running point on that, so that was great to have, kind of one person that knows the deal and reaching out to the companies, keeping track of that. And she had a team of volunteers, I believe, helping her with all of that coordination as well. And of course, Ford Motor Company, which donated the vehicle itself. So we worked, closely with them, as well as Icon Vehicle Dynamics, Goose Gear, ARB, you name it. I mean, all those guys jumped in and helped. So.
Is this the first project of this magnitude that you've been involved in, or has there been others?
For SEMA, yes. Some of the women were involved in the Mustang build, which happened 10 years ago. Okay. This group was much larger. Right. So I think it was really cool, for the few people who were involved in both to kind of see that. And so we have the Mustang upstairs as well. Okay.
That's pretty cool. We've talked before about women in the industry and, making a name for themselves. And now with this all-women build, it seems to be attracting a lot of attention, not just here at SEMA, but in the industry.
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity for the industry, for the women behind it. What's really cool is I'm a marketer at the end of the day, but I've gotten to, work alongside people who are into drift or collision stuff, so I tend to kind of spend a lot of time in the West Hall over there with Off-Road and Overland, so it's been really cool to really see all these different backgrounds that are associated with.
So you yourself, you don't necessarily have a background in automotive or anything like that, or did you have a way that kind of got you into that?
My background is more in overland and off-road side of things. So I worked, for the way I got into this industry was working for a company that made rooftop tents and camping equipment. So I kind of come from that side of things, which made it pretty cool that we had a Bronco, to be perfectly honest. Right. So it was fun to kind of look at all those, the ways we could accessorize it, the things that, women would like to do to alter the vehicle and that sort of thing.
Yeah, the Bronco being if not one of the biggest platforms at the show this year.
Definitely. I mean,
so many modified Broncos.
Seeing them and just seeing the creativity that has gone into modifying them.
Yeah, and it's part of, when you come to SEMA, it's aftermarket. Everything is aftermarket, right? So when you see, one Bronco and then you see another and you see another, there's so many different products on each one of those that make them unique. Being from Kahn Media, we were able to talk to the guys over there who had built a Jeep and a Bronco,
right?
And they're providing new products for each of those. And to be here and seeing some of those products for the first time is actually pretty cool too, John.
Do you have an Overland vehicle or anything of your own, or do you have something that you can be proud of or tote?
Yeah, I have a 2007 JK,
okay.
And I have a Tundra with a camper on it. So, yeah.
So you're part of not only promotions in the industry, you're part of the industry, and you
I live
accessorize and live it.
Oh, yeah. It's a good spend over there, on accessorizing vehicles.
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
good time. But I live in Montana. We get out every weekend. We're camping. Camp out of the truck and sometimes take the Jeep out. So, yeah.
Get Out and Drive means sharing your auto repair skills with the next generation. # what drives youth?
Get Out and Drive means working on that project car to get it ready to get out and drive. Get Out and Drive means supporting organizations that help keep the automotive industry and hobby alive.
What does Get Out and Drive mean to you?
Let us know by leaving a message on our listener hotline. Just go to Get.Out.N.Drive.com, scroll to the bottom of the page, and click the listener hotline button. We constantly push what drives youth to get the youth involved. Are you doing anything that you mentoring or anything to get youth involved in the industry?
I'm really trying to help some, women be more involved in the industry, particularly younger women.
Okay.
So SBN also has a program that we did last night, which was Gear Up Girl.
Okay.
Gear Up Girl is a program that really tries to connect younger women in the industry that are interested in being in the industry with, someone who might be a peer later on in life. So maybe they're interested in marketing, maybe they're interested in engineering, and we really try to connect those people as well. So.
Well, that's good. Are there people that you have helped or mentored that became part of the Bronco Build team, or that came to the team because of you?
I definitely have tried to convince more people to be involved, and I try to, talk to people like you guys to get more people involved. So that's kind of, the way I do things, and I try to spread the good news on the project as well, and through the other companies.
If one of our female listeners, male included, but our female listeners, if they wanted to contact you, how can they contact you? How can we find you?
They can email me directly, bbrennan@kahnmedia.com. They can find me on LinkedIn. Beth Brennan, yeah.
Great talking to you. I've learned a lot. So
great.
Have fun at SEMA 2022. Thank you. Racing Junk is the #1 racing and performance marketplace where you can post your racing junk for free.
Parts, engines, race cars, trailers, project builds, muscle cars, chassis, tires, and so much more.
Buy, sell, trade, and browse on Racing Junk and turn your garage into cash in your pocket. Or find that next dream on the site, built by gearheads for gearheads.
And best of all, there's no transaction fees. 100% of what you make through your ad is yours to keep.
Cruise on over to our website, Get.Out.N.Drive.com, for all the info you never wanted to know about our podcast. Hit us up on our listener hotline, be the first to know what's happening, get industry news, and grab your Get Out and Drive merch. Connect with us on social media. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Follow us on Twitter at Get.Out.N.Drive.Pod.
What drives you?